So which one of these doesn't belong? Which one of these is not like the other? Well, the water is stationary and flat, seeks its level, covers the face of the earth. There's a global deception in this world. Basically, I'm exposing that. I want people to know that it's not real. When I was at the Flat Earth Conference in Denver, to Dylan, not exactly, and it was interesting because I asked Rich from the BBC and others if they believe Jesus turned water into wine, and I said, well, I do. And I also believe that he turned whiskey into water for me. I used to smoke cigarettes and drink vodka, smoke cigarettes in the shower and drink vodka for breakfast. Glad to be free from that. How about that? Water stick to a stationary or spinning ball. The globe exists in the imagination. That's where it exists. It's not a real thing. However, it's really deceptive. That's what's going on with that. So the little clanger in the bell will stop moving if I don't touch the car. The Earth is stationary, and the sun, moon, and stars move above the face of the Earth. One of the important realities to consider is air travel on a globe doesn't factor any air travel in this world doesn't factor any movement or rotation or curvature into the travel time or into calculating distances. There's no curvature calculation utilized for that. Should know that. So just to be clear, with a rotation of 1,000 miles an hour, flying from California to Myrtle Beach like I've done, my destination would be rotating away from me at over 500 miles an hour. It would rotate back underneath me about 5 days later. With the supposed 25,000 miles around, it's all theoretical because none of it's actual. It's not reality. The other thing, Myrtle Beach International Airport to LAX, I should get there in a couple of hours or less. The plane time, the time in the air, is virtually identical. You should know that. NASA lies. Not always. That's what makes it very deceptive. There's when they're training pilots to fly fixed-wing aircraft over a non-rotating assumed level plane, they're telling the truth. Apparently, if you've watched the movie Shooter and you like Mark Wahlberg and he's laying a shot down on somebody, like a long ways away, and he's factoring in the Coriolis effect. Apparently the Coriolis effect applies to something going as fast as a sniper rifle, but with only 500 miles an hour of a plane, it doesn't factor in. They're lying. That's all. That's what you should know about that. They don't always lie. So there's a very complex deception that includes cinematography, photography, science fiction. It involves all of that. Then we've got reality. Truth and reality are identical. At least I believe they are. I believe that to be the case. So it's not perfectly level, is it? True. The other thing, it's not moving. That's what you should also be able to see. So if I take a little piece of wood and put it under here, I should be able to level it out. That's pretty close. It moved a little bit. Could I make it level? Yeah, I sure could. Well, I've got enough time to do that. That should be really close. Let's see how well that lines up on the horizon. Okay, so I've got the level water, the non-moving crystal bell clanger, and of course the non-movement of the level, and then the horizon. about that. What will you do with that information when the truth is right in front of you? What will you do with that? So one of the things that I can do is take us down to the ocean, and I will. One of the things that I showed earlier, I'll bring it up. Oh, it's in my coat. One of the things that I need to make sure of whenever I put a coat in the vehicle, I got to make sure I've got the keys with me. Hey Linda, good to see you, dear.
I have a question to ask.
Sure.
Been trying to find your YouTube channel, Truth. Can't
Yeah.
find it.
If you hashtag YouTube Truth, you'll find it.
Hashtag it.
Yeah, you put a hashtag in front of the search. And if you go to my Facebook page, it's there.
On your Facebook page.
Yeah, you should.
Is that where you put the pictures you take of the surface?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're there, as well as my YouTube channel. I've got the, and I'm actually, you're on right now, but your back is. You can say hey to the.
Hey.
So what I was going to say, Linda, is that if you hashtag YouTube Truth, you should find my content. Have you ever hashtagged a search? Clicked on a hashtag?
We tried to find the truth, but not the hashtag.
Well, you know what? If you want to try and search it right now, I might be able to help you with that. I'm searching for my keys right now. I think I want to make sure I've got them where I'm not locking them up. So if you tap on a search and then type in a hashtag and then YouTube Truth, there's the hashtag sign. No, not that. The hashtag, the pound sign.
The pound sign?
Well,
that's called a hashtag.
That's a hashtag.
Uh-huh.
Now type in YouTube Truth. Did you find it? Good. Well, there it is. Wow, this is this morning's broadcast. Look, Gary, I tried to have the flashlight on the face.
Yeah.
I tried to have it be my crystal bell there, but yeah, it looks like we've got some surfers coming out, huh?
Yeah, well, that's what they're waiting on.
Well, there's not so much waves, but maybe we'll get some activity out there.
Can I take a picture?
Sure.
I didn't want to be blocking your...
I'll just make sure I'm not locking the car, because I must have set my keys down. Here, let me close this up and you.
Is that over now? Oh, I didn't like that.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of surfing videos on there as well, and also, well, more
What? Your surfing videos on that?
on there too. Oh yeah, and I've got some that are upside down surfing as well.
That would be cool.
It really looks different, really different. Do you work today, Linda?
No, I have a doctor's appointment.
Oh, okay.
Not fun.
Well, good to see you, Linda. So even with the movement, I just wanted to go ahead and kind of finish this up here. Slam the door. There will be a little bit of movement there. Not much, a little bit on the water. And then this is the level that I've had on my window ledge. And I'll just take my hands off of the camera. It'll get real stable. And then let's go ahead and zoom in on the moon for a moment here. Want to show you that. This is the Nikon Coolpix P1000. If we had any flag or rover up on the moon there, I'd be able to see it with this camera. Let me take my hands off it. Yeah, there you go. If there was anything up there, we'd be able to see it. It's just it's a light in the sky that gives off its own light. It's the lesser light that rules the night. The greater light rules the day. This is at the Prince Resort in Cherry Grove, South Carolina. It's a great place to illustrate how flat the earth is. Definitely not moving. Now, apparently I could move the level a little bit. It's not perfectly level with the horizon. I could make it that way though. That's not a deal breaker. 8 inches per mile can't be found. And the movement of the earth has never been proven because it ain't moving. That's the reality of that. Okay, so I'm going to just pivot this around and take us on out to the beach. There's very little air movement right now as well. That's one of the reasons why it's so calm. What I noticed here, and I can show you, is there's another light source right there. I'll try and show you a little bit better. Okay. That's my shadow right there. See the tripod moving? Well, the light is coming from there, right? Yeah, it is. And it's also coming from right there as well. It's shooting off of the building. That's what it does. Good morning, Ray. People come from all over the world to enjoy the beauty and majesty of creation here. It's a big deal. 2018, we had about 20 million guests here in the Grand Strand. It's the Myrtle Beach area coastline. You can check it out if you care to. I don't know if I'm going to be going to the Question Everything conference in California. I may. I'm not sure. It's a bit costly. The car's getting a bit old. I want to find out if I would be able to have the Truthmobile in the conference like I did in Colorado. That's something I would look at. There's another one of those, the sun bouncing off of the building there. And then we can see the Myrtle Beach skyline. Earthcurvature.com is a calculator that you can put in your distance and see well, you can see that there isn't the curvature there. The Statue of Liberty at the distance it can be seen in the ocean at sea level is should be about 1/4 of a mile below what you can see, just so you know. It can be seen, I believe, from over 60 miles away. So that gives the illusion of what I should say is the fact that we can't see things like they apparently vanish over the horizon. A good telescope or a device like this will zoom right in on it. So I had a little bit of a problem with my sound, my microphone placement. Hopefully I'm coming through okay now. Sorry about that. People are very reflective on the beach. They reflect off of the wet sand. They reflect on their past, present, future. Lives shared, lives lost. The anticipation of lives shared together, marriages, divorces, memorials, all of that. There's my friend Luke. He helps people with mobility impairment surf out here. Quadriplegics and that. So there's a lot of water movement. That's one of the issues, especially close to the coastline. The tidal activity here is between 3 and 7 feet. Normally 4 to 5 is the most common. Hey, good morning, Luke.
You're on Facebook. I never see you on Facebook. Usually on YouTube.
I do Facebook too. If you go to my YouTube channel, I've got the Facebook icon, Luke.
Yeah, I saw it on there. I was like, let's see YouTube on there.
Cool, man. Good to see you.
Live or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yep. Luke has the classic Schwinn Stingray with the beach surfboard trailer. Got photos of that on my photos.